Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyanajana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namah Gaurva-bhistam Supurakam Garganarasisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta-veda-nipanam Shri-rupa-patanugam Govindam-vidam-ujvalam Varatanum Bhaktyan-vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwa-gununcha Divyat-bhagavad-premna-vibhicha-pradam Devam Divyatanam Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sareka-varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shugaram Mareka Sharanam Yashiswara Sridharam Vanshakaupatarubhyascha kripasindubhyevacha patitanam pavenebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratabhishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. This is Adi-lila, chapter 4, the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. We'll start with verse number 53. Bhava grahanera hetu koila dharma stapan taramukya hetu kohe shuna sarvajan. To accept ecstatic love is the main reason he appeared and re-establish the religious principle for this age. I shall now explain that reason. Everyone please listen. Mula hetu age shlokara hoila abas, ebe kohe se shlokara artha prakash. Having first given hints about the verse describing the principal reason why the Lord appeared, now I shall manifest its full meaning. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shakti Rasmad Ekatmana Vapi Bhuvi Puradeha Bedam Gatotol Chaitanyakam Prakatam Adhuna Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhava Duti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Radha Krishna, this text is from the diary of Srila Swarup Damodar. It appears as the fifth of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Radha Krishna Ekatma Duvideha Dari Anyonye Vilase Rasa Asvadana Kori. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus they enjoy each other, tasting their mellows of love. Say Dui Ek Ebe Chaitanya Gosai Rasa Shwadite Dohe Hoila Ek Tai. Now to enjoy rasa, they have appeared in one body as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Iti lage age kore tara vivaran, ja hoite hoi gorer mahima katan. Therefore, I shall first delineate the position of Radha and Krishna. From that description, the glory of Lord Chaitanya will be known. Radhika hoyen Krishnera pranaya vikar, swarup shakti ladini namajahar. Srimati Radhika is the transformation of Krishna's love. She is his internal energy called Ladini. Ladini Karaya Krishne Ananda Swadan Ladiner Dwarakore Bhaktera Poshan. That Ladini energy gives Krishna pleasure and nourishes his devotees. Srila Jiva Goswami has elaborately discussed Ladini potency in his Priti Sandarbha. He says that the Vedas clearly state only devotional service can lead one to the personality of Godhead. Only devotional service can help a devotee meet the Supreme Lord face to face. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is attracted by devotional service, and as such, the ultimate supremacy of Vedic knowledge rests in knowing the science of devotional service. What is the particular attraction that makes the Supreme Lord enthusiastic to accept devotional service, and what is the nature of such service? The Vedic scriptures inform us that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, is self-sufficient, and that Maya nescience can never influence him at all. Therefore, the potency that overcomes the Supreme must be purely spiritual. Such a potency cannot be anything of the material manifestation. The bliss enjoyed by the Supreme Personality of God cannot be of material composition like the impersonalist conception of the bliss of Brahman. Devotional service is reciprocation between two, and therefore cannot be located simply within oneself. Therefore, the bliss of self-realization, Brahmanda, cannot be equated with devotional service. The Lord has three kinds of internal potency, namely the Ladini Shakti, or pleasure potency, the Sandini Shakti, or existential potency, and the Samvit Shakti, or cognitive potency. In the Vishnu Purana, the Lord is addressed as follows. O Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Ladini, Sandini, and Samvit, exist in you as one spiritual energy. But the material modes which cause happiness, misery, and mixtures of the two do not exist in you, for you have no material qualities. Ladini is a personal manifestation of the blissfulness of the Supreme Personality of God by which he enjoys pleasure. Because the pleasure potency is perpetually present in the Supreme Lord, the theory of the impersonalists that the Lord appears in the material mode of goodness cannot be accepted. The impersonalist conclusion is against the Vedic version that the Lord possesses a transcendental pleasure potency. When the pleasure potency of the Supreme Personality of God is exhibited by his grace in the person of a devotee, that manifestation is called love of God. Love of God is an epithet for the pleasure potency of the Lord. Therefore, the devotional service reciprocated between the Lord and his devotee is an exhibition of the transcendental pleasure potency of the Lord. The potency of the Lord that always enriches him with transcendental bliss is not material, but the Shankarites have accepted it as such because they are ignorant of the identity of the Supreme Lord and his pleasure potency. Those ignorant persons cannot understand the distinction between impersonal spiritual bliss and the variegatedness of the spiritual pleasure potency. The Ladini potency gives the Lord all transcendental pleasure, and the Lord bestows such a potency upon his pure devotee. There's an explanation given by Srila Jiva Goswami about the Ladini potency. Satchidananda Purna Krishnara Swarup Ekai Chit Shakti Tara Dharitina Rup. Lord Krishna's body is eternal, Sat, full of knowledge, Chit, and full of bliss, Ananda. His one spiritual energy manifests three forms. Anandamshe Ladini, Sadamshe Sandini, Chidamshe Samvit, Jarigyana Korimani. Ladini is his aspect of bliss, Sandini of eternal existence, and Samvit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. Ladini Sandini Samvit Tvayeka Sarva Samstito Lada Tapa Korim Mishra Twayi no Guna Varjite. O Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Ladini, Sandini, and Samvit, exist in you as one spiritual energy. But the material modes which cause happiness, misery, and mixtures of the two do not exist in you, for you have no material qualities. Sandinir Sara Amsha Shuddha Sattvanam Bhagavanera Satahoy Jahate Vishram. The essential portion of the Sandini potency is Shuddha Sattva. Lord Krishna's existence rests upon it. So Sandini is eternal existence, or the essential portion of the Sandini potency is Shuddha Sattva. Lord Krishna's existence rests upon it. Mata Pita Sthana Griha Shaya San Ar. Mata Pita Sthana Griha Shayasana Ar. Esab Krishnera Shuddha Sattvara Vikar. Krishna's mother, father, abode, house, bedding, seats, and so on are all transformations of Shuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudevas Shabditam Yajyaje Tatra Puman Apavrita Sattvecha Tasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo I Adoksajo Me Manasa Vidiyate. A condition of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is revealed without any covering, is called Vasudeva. In that pure state, the Supreme Godhead, who is beyond the material senses and who is known as Vasudeva, is perceived by my mind. This text is from Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Lord Shiva when he condemned Daksha, the father of Sati, as an opponent of Vishnu. This confirms beyond a doubt that Lord Krishna's name, his fame, his qualities, and everything in connection with his paraphernalia exist in the Sandini Shakti of the Lord's internal potency. So, the condition of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is revealed without any covering, is called Vasudeva. In that pure state, the Supreme Godhead, who is beyond the material senses and who is known as Vasudeva, is perceived by my mind. Krishna Bhagavata Jnana Satviterasar Brahma Jnanadika Sab Tara Parivar. The essence of the Samvit potency is knowledge that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna. All other kinds of knowledge, such as the knowledge of Brahman, are its components. Ladinir Sara Prema, Prema Sara Bhav, Bhavera Parama Kashta, Nama Mahabhav. The essence of the Ladini potency is love of God. The essence of love of God is emotion, bhava. And the ultimate development of emotion is mahabhava. Ladinir Sara Prema, Prema Sara Bhav, Bhavera Parama Kashta, Nama Mahabhav. Mahabhava Swarup Sri Radha Thakurani Sarvaguna Kani Krishna Kanta Shiromani. Sri Radha Thakurani is an embodiment of Mahabhava. She is a repository of all good qualities and the crest jewel among all the lovely consorts of Lord Krishna. Tayorapi Ubayor Madhye Radhika Sarvatadika Mahabhava Swarupeyam gunar ativarishyasi. Of these two gopis, Radharani and Chandravali, Srimati Radharani is superior in all respects. She is the embodiment of Mahabhava, and she surpasses all in good qualities. Krishna Prema Bhavita Jara Chitendriya Kai, Krishna Nija Shakti Radha Kridara Sahai. Her mind, senses, and body are steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's own energy, and she helps him in his pastimes. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavita Bees Tabir Ya Eva Nija Rupa Tayak Kalabi Golokeva Nivasati Akilat Mabuto Govindamadi Parusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency, Ladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody the extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual ras. Krishnere Karaya Jaiche Rasa Aswadan Kridara Sahaya Jaiche Shuna Vibaran. Now please listen to how Lord Krishna's consorts help him taste rasa and how they help in his pastimes. Krishna Kanta Gana Deki Trivida Prakar Ekalatmi Gana Pure Mahishe Gana Ar Rajangana Rupara Kanta Ganasar Shri Radhika Hoite Kanta Gunera Vistar. The beloved consorts of Lord Krishna are of three kinds: the goddesses of fortune, the queens, and the milkmaids of Braja, who are the foremost of all. These consorts all proceed from Radhika. They're expansions of Radhika. Avatare Krishna Jaiche Kore Avatar Amshini Radha Hoite Tinganera Vistar. Just as the fountainhead, Lord Krishna, is the cause of all incarnations, so Shri Radha is the cause of all these consorts. So Krishna is the source of all expansions, avatars, incarnations, and Radhika, Shri Radha, is the cause of all the expansions of the Shakti energies, either the queens of Dwarka or Lakshmis in Vaikuntha or the gopis in Vrindavan. By Bhava Gana Jana Tara Anga Vibhuti Bimba Prati Bimba Rupa Mahishira Tati. The goddesses of fortune are partial manifestations of Sri Radhika, and the queens are reflections of her image. Lakmi Gana Tara Vaibhava Vilasham Sarup. Lakmi Gana Tara Vaibhava Vilasham Sarup. Mahishi Gana Vaibhava Prakasha Swarup. The goddesses of fortune are her plenary portions, and they display the forms of Vaibhava Vilas. The queens are the nature of her Vaibhava Prakash. Vaibhava Vilas, as far as I understand, refers to slightly different forms, such as 2 hands or 4 hands. And then Vaibhava Prakash is of a similar form. So the queens of Dwarka have a similar form to Srimati Radharani, and the consorts, the Lakshmis, they're of course different because they have Akara Swabhava Bede Braja Devi Gun. Akara Swabhava Bede Braja Devi Gun. Kaya Vyuha Rupa Tara Rasera Karan. The Braja Devis have diverse bodily features. They are her expansions and are the instruments for expanding rasa. Bahukanta Vinanahe Rasera Ulas Leela Sahaya Lagi Bahuta Prakash. Without many consorts, there is not such exaltation in rasa. Therefore, there are many manifestations of Srimati Radharani to assist in the Lord's pastimes. Taramadye Braje Nana Bhava Rasa Bede Krishna Ke Karaya Rasadika Lilaswade. Among them are various groups of consorts in Braja who have varieties of sentiments and mellows. They help Lord Krishna taste all the sweetness of the rasa dance and other pastimes. Govinda Nandini Radha Govinda Mohini Govinda Sarvasva Sarvakanta Shiromani. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be-all and end-all of Govinda and the crest jewel of all his consorts. Devi Krishna Mai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanti Samohini Para. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Sri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attractiveness to attract the all-attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. Devi Kohe Dyotamana Parama Sundari Kimba Krishna Puja Kridar Vasati Nagari. Devi means resplendent and most beautiful, or else it means the lovely abode of the worship and love sports of Lord Krishna. Devi Kohi Dyotamana Parama Sundari Kimba Krishna Puja Kridar Vasati Nagari. So, repeating this, Devi means resplendent and most beautiful, or else it means the lovely abode of the worship and love sports of Lord Krishna. Krishna Mai, Krishna Jar, Bitare, Bahire, Jaha Jaha Netrapade, Taha Krishna Svure. Krishna Mai means one who's within and without our Lord Krishna. She sees Lord Krishna wherever she casts her glance. Kimva Prema Rasa Mai, Krishna Rasarup. Tara Shakti Tara Saha Hoy Eka Rup. Or Krishna Maya means she is identical with Lord Krishna, for she embodies the mellows of love. The energy of Lord Krishna is identical with him. Krishna Maya has two different imports. First, a person who always thinks of Krishna both within and without, and who always remembers only Krishna. Wherever that person goes or whatever he sees is called Krishna Mai. Also, since Krishna personality is full of love, his loving potency, Radharani, being non-different from him, is called Krishna Mai. Krishna Vansha Purti Rup Kore Aradhane Ateva Radhika Nam Purane Vakane. Her worship, Aradhana, consists of fulfilling the desires of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the Puranas call her Radhika. The name Radha is derived from the root word Aradhana, which means worship. The personality who excels all in worshiping Krishna may therefore be called Radhika, the greatest servitor. Anaya Radhito Nunam Bhagavan Hare Ishvara Jano Vihaya Govinda Prito Yam Anayad Roha Anaya Radhito Nunam Bhagavan Hare Ishvara Jano Vihaya Govinda Pritoyam Anayad Raha. Truly, the personality of Godhead has been worshipped by her. Therefore, Lord Govinda, being pleased, has brought her to a lonely place, leaving us all behind. That's from the Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes of Lord Krishna during the Rasa dance. Ateva Sarva Puja Parama Devata Sarva Palika Sarva Jagatera Mata. Therefore Radha is Parama Devata, the supreme goddess, and she is worshipable for everyone. She is the protectress of all, and she is the mother of the entire universe. Sarva Lakshmi Shabda Purbe Koryache Vyakyan Sarva Lakshmi Ganer Tiho Hana Abhistan. I have already explained the meaning of Sarva Lakshmi. Radha is the original source of all the goddesses of fortune. Kimva Sarva Lakshmi Krishner Sadvida Aishvarya Tara Adishtatri Shakti Sarva Shakti Varya. This word Kimva, or another meaning, Kimva, or Sarva Lakshmi, indicates that she fully represents the six opulences of Krishna. Therefore, she is the supreme energy of Lord Krishna. Sarva Sundarya Kanti Vaishyaye Jahate Sarva Lakshmi Ganer Shobha Hoy Jaha Hoite. The word Sarvakanti indicates that all beauty and luster rest in her body. All the Lakshmis derive their beauty from her. Kimva Kanti Shabde Krishna Saba Icha Kohe Krishnaras Shakalu Krishnara Sakala Pancha Rahate Rahu. Let's see. Krishnara Kanti Shabde Krishnaras Sab Icha Kahe Krishnara Sakala Pancha Radhate Rahe. Kanti may also mean all the desires of Lord Krishna. All the desires of Lord Krishna rest in Srimati Radharani. Radhika Koran Krishna Banchita Puran Sarvakante Shabder E Artha Vivaran. Srimati Radhika fulfills all the desires of Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of Sarvakanti. Jagat Mohana Krishna Tahara Mohini Ateva Samstera Para Takurani. Lord Krishna enchants the world, but Sri Radha enchants even him. Therefore, she is the supreme goddess of all. Radha Purna Shakti Krishna Purna Shaktiman Dui Vastu Beda Nai Shastra Paraman. Sri Radha is the full power, and Lord Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are not different as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. Sri Radha is the full power, and Lord Krishna is the possessor of full power. The two are not different as evidenced by the revealed scriptures. So this, it says Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shaktiman. So these are the two words, Shakti and Shaktiman. Shakti is power or energy, and Radha is that energy. And Shaktiman means the possessor of the energy. So in order to have a whole, have to have both halves. One half is the power and the other is the possessor of the power. So when they're both present, then that's full divinity. Shakti and Shaktiman. Mrigamara Taraganda Jaiche Aviched Agni Jvalate Jaiche Kavunahived. That's why people say, well, isn't it sexist, sexist that you speak of God as being a man? But actually, if you consider what is full divinity, we say that Godhead is really both male and female. Krishna is male, he's the possessor of the power, but the power is female. That's Shakti and Shaktiman. So the possessor of the power is Krishna, and the power, Shakti, is Radharani. But you have to have both, to have the complete. You have female and male. So when we speak of divinity, we speak of Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram, even speak of Parvati and Shiva. We always speak of the male and the female as being both, as we're saying, Shakti and Shaktiman. In order to understand divinity, it's not just power, but it's also Shakti, that energy, and Shaktiman, the possessor of the energy. Govinda Maharaj gave the example of this light bulb. This light bulb is luminous because there is energy flowing through the light bulb. That energy is electricity. So you have the energy, which is the electricity, and flowing through the light bulb. We could say like Shaktiman, like the possessor of the energy. It's just a mundane example, but to understand. And we always speak of female and male, or male and female, however you want to phrase it, but it's usually Lakshmi Narayan, Radha Krishna, Sita Ram. We say like that. Mrigamara Taraganda Jaiche Aviched Agni Jwalate Jaiche Kabunahi Ved. They are indeed the same, just as musk and its scent are inseparable, or as fire and its heat are non-different. Radha Krishna Aiche Sara Ekai Swarup Lila Rasa Shwadite Dore Diwi Rub. Thus Radha and Lord Krishna are one, yet they have taken two forms to enjoy the mellows of pastimes. Prema Bhakti Shikaite Apane Avatari Radha Bhava Kanti Dui Angikara Kori Sri Krishna Chaitanya Rupe Koila Avatar Eta Panchamal Shloker Arta Parachar. To promulgate Prema Bhakti, devotional service and love of God, and Krishna appeared to Sri Krishna Chaitanya with the mood and complexion of Sri Radha. Thus I have explained the meaning of the 5th verse. Okay. Shashta Shlokararta Korite Prakash Pratame Kohiye Se Shloker Abbas. To explain the 6th verse, I shall first give a hint of its meaning. So tomorrow I'll continue with, we were hearing today the explanation of the 5th verse, which I'll repeat, and then tomorrow we'll hear an explanation of the 6th verse. So we're dealing with the confidential reasons for Lord Chaitanya's descent. So I'll read the 5th and 6th verse here. Tomorrow we'll hear the explanation of the 6th verse. The 5th verse of the first chapter of Adi-lila is Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Vatirna Kalo Samarpayitum Unato Jwala Rasam Sabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Jyoti Kadamba Sandipita Sadaridaya Kandare Suratu Vasachinandanaha. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance. No, that's the 4th verse. I made a mistake here. The 4th verse is preceding, telling about the reason for the Lord's descent, but not the confidential reasons. That 4th verse says, may the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost chambers of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most sublime and radiant mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Now that's still part of the reason for the descent of the Lord, but here the 2 verses dealing with the internal reasons for the Lord's descent, or the confidential reasons for the Lord's descent, are the 5th verse, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shaktir Asmat Ekat Mana Vapi Bhuvi Pura Deha Vedam Gatoto Chaitanyaptam Prakatam Adhuna Tadvayam Chaikamaptam Radha Bhava Jyoti Suvalitam Nomi Krishna Sarupam. The loving affairs of Sri, Radha, and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency, Ladini Shakti. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him, who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So the Lord separated himself as Radha and Krishna to enjoy pastimes, but again, as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has reunited, and so he's internally Krishna, but he's covered with the Bhavakanti, or the beauty and the mood of Srimati Radharani. And verse number 6 is, Shri Radhaya Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Manayaiva Swadyo Yenad Bhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Va Madhyaha Sokyamya Chasya Mad Anubhavata Kidrisham Vetilobat Tad Bhavadya Samajani Sachigarba Sindo Harindu. Desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. So tomorrow we'll continue. It says here, thus Radha and Krishna are one, yet they have taken two forms to enjoy the mellows of pastimes. To promulgate prima bhakti, devotional service, and love of God, and Krishna appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya with the mood and complexion of Sri Radha. Thus I have explained the meaning of the 5th verse. And tomorrow we'll deal with this. Shaster Shloka Arta Korite Prakash Pratame Kohiye Se Shloka Rabas. To explain the 6th verse, I shall first give a hint of its meaning. So tomorrow I'll deal with the hint, or the prelude to the explanation of the 6th verse of the Mangala Charan of the 1st chapter of Adi-lila. We're in the 4th chapter of Adi-lila, the confidential reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's descent. So now we'll sing Hari Haraya and end here. Hey, Mridanga. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopa Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Manana Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Tilak Niri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashishi Maharaj Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashishi Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Ragana Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Ragana Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Vishvavarenya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupad Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kushamashram Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadev Dham Ki Jai. Sri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Kuladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Mela Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.